Alrighty, y'all, your boy ended up waking up late, but we do have, TRONY skills here. Let's take a look at her burst skill and see what's popping. And, yeah, I mean, let's see. TRONY, she's a feet lore girl. I'm not really, like, the biggest fan of TRONY's design. Looks like a child to me, so I wouldn't be personally. But if you are, you do you.
If there is any electronic equipment you need, I could try making it for you. I'm actually quite confident with this sort of thing.
Slippers, please. This is nasty. Get some slippers. Ain't nobody want to see all that, bruh. Nobody want to see all that. Nobody wants to see all that. Just go on to the burst skill, please. Nobody wants to see all that. Okay.
The battery is dead.
Okay. I didn't see any effects there when she was attacking or using her burst skill or anything. Oh, I guess what's that? That little red thing I just seen. Hold on, let me go back.
Repair complete. Work complete.
I guess that's just damage there. Okay, so let's take a look at her kit. So she's an attacker burst 3 sniper rifle fire character. Okay, cool. So she sniper rifle. Okay, 69% attack and damage. Okay. So TRONY bomber, the first skill, activates when hitting the target with full charge. Affects the target if there's no enemies in TRONY bomber status, which is the first skill. Cumulative damage skill for 5 seconds. Okay. Functions: accumulate parts of the damage inflicted by the caster. Upon reaching the max accumulated damage, deals damage to enemies before ending. Okay, so the effects is maximum accumulated damage is 1,536% of the caster's final attack. The second effect is accumulate 50% of the damage dealt by herself, and then the third effect is deals distributed damage to all nearby enemies upon reaching the maximum accumulated damage. So I don't know how the cumulative skill damage works, because that's a new effect, right? But we'll have to see how that works in the game. But everything else is kind of straightforward. It's literally just I want to say a spammable Dorothy, but realistically the percentage is still less than Dorothy's, right? I have E-Leg up here just in case we need that, but let's pull up Dorothy. I guess we should have done that. I mean, if we look at Dorothy here, Dorothy's percent at level 10 is 8,900, right? Even 5 of these, right, would not equal to 8,500, which 5 of these would be a total of 20 seconds, right? So she's still technically going to be doing less damage than Dorothy in a sense, I feel like, but we'll see, right? But essentially, yeah, every 5 seconds, the moment she uses a full charge, she's going to put like a brand effect, let's just say. Let's call it a brand effect for now. She's going to put like a brand debuff on the enemy or whatever, right? And then that's a total of 1,536%. Half of that damage has to come from her herself. That's how I'm understanding it. Because it says accumulate 50% of the damage dealt by self. So these are the effects. You put the accumulated damage debuff or whatever, the accumulated debuff on the enemy, but 50% of the damage done to that debuff has to be from TRONY. And then after it's all done, then it will go off, right? And then it will go off, right? So it will only go out. It looks like there's no timer behind it, I want to say, besides it has to reach max percent, which makes sense why 50% of the damage dealt has to come from her. That makes a lot of sense, actually. There's no timer on this accumulated damage, right? There's no damage or timer on this accumulated damage. The cumulative damage skill for 5 seconds, there's a timer there, but the accumulated damage, there's no timer. So once you put it on, you literally have to wait for her to do 50% of the damage herself and the other 50 from the rest of your team in order for it to officially go off, okay? Which is not bad, right? Second skill, Activates when attacking with a full charge for 5 times. Effect self. Distributed damage increased by 51.84% for 10 seconds. Activates when hitting the target with full charge for 5 times. Affects the target. Defense lowered by 9.59% for 10 seconds. So I'm assuming what they're trying to do is literally by the time you get all this off on the first skill, then you will have distributed damage buff. Then you will have the, or I guess you will have the distributed damage buff while this goes off. That's the whole point. Okay, that makes sense. That's the whole point, essentially. That's the whole point. So against the boss, TRONY is going to be nice, right? Especially with E-Leg. But the whole point of this character is her first skill is where all the damage comes from, it looks like. Because her second skill, there's nothing to it. 40-second cooldown, attack buff of 101.37% for 10 seconds, and an accumulated damage ratio of the cumulative damage skill increases by 62.83% for 10 seconds. So again, I don't know what the cumulative damage skill is, but I can only assume from my understanding that cumulative, I don't even know what it means really. I think it's like increasing, right? So I'm assuming this cumulative damage skill is increasing her damage for a bit, just so that you get that 50% damage herself more efficiently. Like I'm assuming it's gonna help her, right? When it says 62% increases the cumulative damage ratio of the cumulative, I don't even know what I just said there, bro. The cumulative damage ratio of the accumulated damage ratio of the cumulative damage skill increased by 62% for 10 seconds. I'm assuming that's going to increase her efficiency, essentially, for getting the 50% accumulated damage still from herself. So you're gonna definitely want to run her with E-Leg, right? That's literally what I told you guys. This is literally, oh, I turned off my lights and my lights are dying. That's fine. This is literally a Dorothy 2.0. You're not replacing Dorothy with this character. Honestly, if you want, you could run her and Dorothy together. I don't think you would do that though, because I feel like that might be a reach, but you could do it as well, right? Because you're getting both Dorothy and both TRONY will be getting effects from, E-Leg, and Dorothy's on a burst 1 20-second cooldown. TRONY's a burst 3 40-second cooldown. None of these characters are going to come in between each other, right? So you can run it. And then again, E-Leg is meant to buff up these types of characters. Attacking enemy projectiles is increased, right? What's it called? Distributed damage buff for all allies increased for 10 seconds, right? This is literally a character, lowers defense herself, right? She lowers defense. This is what you're meant to do. E-Leg and TRONY, literally bossing duos, literally, right? We're gonna have to see how good TRONY is, and she does come out tomorrow. Wait, is the date the 15th? Yeah, she comes out tomorrow at 2 a.m. So I'm not gonna be live because I'm not summoning, but I will pity her, obviously, and I'll do the showcase for you guys, right? But she will be literally, I'm assuming she's going to be fantastic against bosses, right? I'm assuming, especially if you put her with E-Leg, right? I do think a crazy combo might be her, Dorothy, and E-Leg with then like Scarlet, maybe just the full distributed damage buff. Who cares, right? Or a full distributed damage team. But TRONY's looking, I want to say she's looking to be like an insane threat. I don't want to say anything crazy too yet, just because I don't know exactly how the cumulative damage skill works, since that's a new buff or a new debuff or a new effect completely. We have to wait to see in game after we click it and see what it is. I don't think anybody else has that skill. Nobody else has that skill, I know that for a fact. But overall, it's not looking bad. I do think Dorothy should probably still be putting out more numbers, because every 20 seconds for 10 seconds, so every other 10 seconds she's dealing a total of 8,900%, and then every 5 seconds, not even every 5 seconds, right? But TRONY is doing 1,000. It depends on how efficient this is, and I don't think it's going to be that efficient unless you have like charge speed on TRONY, right? Because if the problem is you want to get full charges off, right? You want to get full charges off for the distributed damage buff, for the defense lower buff. You want full charges off, right? You want to get the damage. The whole point is you have to get the 50% damage from her herself. I'm just curious, because if we take a look at the gameplay again, let me mute it. I did not see any effect on any of the enemies after like the one full charge, right? So if you look here, Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's on this enemy right here. Yeah, it is a brand effect basically, right? So the problem is she didn't attack that enemy. It's this orange. You see this box right here? Look right here. You see my you see that box right there? The enemy stopped there, right? Oh, I guess the enemy, it's not on the enemy no more. It's not on the enemy no more. But if you guys take a look here before the burst skill, there, it's on the enemy. Oh, and then I see one normal attack went from 0 to 7%. Look at that right here. Let's go back. Look at this right here. That right now it's currently at 0%. One full charge burst, everything went to 7. And she needs to get to 50% by herself. The other team is going to help her get, the rest of the team is going to help her get to 50, the 100% essentially, right? That's what I'm assuming. So if one normal attack or full charge got it to 7%, she's going to be nice, right? She's going to be nice, especially since this is a TRONY that probably has no gear, right? Probably just full level skilled, but no levels, like full level skill 10. Full skill level 10, probably no levels, no gear. That's probably what we're looking at here. But it went from 0 to 7% on that enemy right there. So literally she is meant for bosses. You're not using TRONY outside of bossing, but she will be very good for bosses, most likely, right? We have to try with Eleg, but these are literally duos. Literally, TRONY and Eleg are duos. They're literally meant for each other, right? They're literally meant for each other. Distributed damage buff lowers defense, projectiles, increases the attack, which is helping her, increasing attack, like literally. Do you know what's crazy too? The only thing about this, Eleg is a burst 2 character, right? Which is fine, but because it's of the caster's final attack, you can run characters like freaking Litter, that will help her there. You can run characters like Crown if you wish, that will help her there. Like, it's final attack, meaning you can bring attack buffers on your team to help you make this even more efficient. So I think it's a pretty good kit right now. Right, I want to test it, which I will tomorrow with Eleg against a boss, but right now it's looking like a very goddamn kit for bosses. We'll see how it looks actually, but you guys let me know what you think, right? I think it might be confusing for a lot of people at first. Right? I'm reading this guy right here saying I had a stroke reading this and understanding this skill help, but essentially the whole point of this character is that she's putting a brand effect every full charge, and once you get the full 100% of the brand effect done, then she will apply it again. So it's not every 5 seconds. It's just she puts it on the first full charge. Once you get all that 1,536% off on the boss, then you're able to put it again, right? It's a forever debuff until you hit the status quo, which is the maximum number, essentially. So hopefully this video was helpful for some of you guys. Let me know down below. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys, I'll do a should you summon video for her maybe a few hours before she releases or later tonight. I already have another video planned out for today, so we'll see if you guys get a 3 videos today. But yeah, you guys let me know if you're summoning or not based on this kit. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, if you thought this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Bye.